Greetings, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the DVD updates for this week on the Multimedia Chronicles. Just a short one for you today. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, because whenever I say that, they always end up running long. Anyway, as you know, I've been on a bit of a BCI kick, looking to acquire as many of the BCI collection ones as possible before they disappear and go for collector's prices. Most of them I've had to special order because they're not even available in stores anymore, so I've had to go through eBay sellers and such. Today's acquisitions, however, they actually did still have in stock in a local store, and they were on sale for $5 off the regular price, so how can you go wrong there? Normally they go for like $26.99, I got them on sale for $21.99 a piece, so that's good. So a fairly small collection this time. I picked up Volume 1 a while back, actually in one of the very first editions of... Actually, it was before I even did the Multimedia Chronicles at all. Wow, it's been that long since I picked up Volume 1. Yeah, definitely time to complete that set. It was around the time that I was doing the HD rants, which I think was in March or April. I think it was March of last year. And shortly before I started doing the Multimedia Chronicles series, I picked up Volume 1 of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. This, of course, is the 2002 series, which a lot of people really liked, and I gotta say they did a great job of it too. I mean, the story and character design and everything. I mean, it's definitely a departure from the look and feel of the old Filmation series, but damn, it was good. Because they made it much more like a continuing saga, like a fantasy epic, and great stuff. So, they did 39 episodes total. This set is the first 13. I've had it for a while. So I picked up Volumes 2 and 3, which contains the remaining 13 and 13, so the remaining 26 episodes for a grand total of 39. Now, it's very unfortunate. It's another one of those cases where a series was canceled before it was done. I assume, once again, they were looking to do 65 episodes, as is often the norm for shows like this. So presumably they would have done either one more 26-episode season or two more 13-episode seasons to wrap up the storyline. So as such, my understanding, I haven't watched it all yet, my understanding it is kind of left hanging at the end of the series. But you know what they say, sometimes the journey is not all about the destination, but it's about the journey itself. It's about the ride. So... yeah, from what I have watched of this series, the ride is definitely a good one. And if you enjoy a good animated fantasy adventure epic, check out the new Masters of the Universe. Yeah, the thing I mentioned before, but the thing I really liked about it was they made it more into a continuing story. And I had always felt that the characters and settings and such of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe would lend itself very easily to a fantasy adventure epic type of story, but that the old Filmation show, as fun as it was, and as good for kids as it was with its morals and values and whatnot, just never quite hit it. It still kind of came across as somewhat little kid-like. Now this version does have end-of-episode morals and lessons to be learned and whatnot, which apparently didn't air in the original airing. So BCI actually got a hold of all the end-of-episode morals that they did and incorporated them into the appropriate episodes. So this is actually more complete than it was during the original airing. Not to mention the fact the whole thing was originally produced in widescreen. It was actually produced in high definition. BCI was talking about putting out a Blu-ray collection of these for a while, but obviously that's not going to happen now. But it was broadcast full screen, but it was actually created in widescreen. So this is the one and only time also that it's been available in widescreen. So that's really nice. So you're actually getting the full picture as it was intended to be seen. So yeah, definitely a great collection. Now let's take a look inside here. I know I never showed you the inside of this one. So let's take a look. So it's a clear cover with the characters on the front and the logo. And if you slide it off, you can see the backgrounds in this cool matte finish. So then you can see it's just clear on the sleeve, which is really cool. So then if we open it up, we got tons of artwork on the cases. Whoops, and discs are falling out. Hold on a second. Disc's a little loose in there. That's not good. So we'll angle it up a bit. So then you got the discs inside. It's very nice. And then more artwork behind the discs. I'm not going to bother showing you all that stuff. And then, of course, once again, as with all BCI sets, you have your standard episode guide. Also on the back, it lists all the volumes that are available of the original He-Man series. So it's both seasons and the, or is it? Oh no, it's the Best of collection, which is 10 of the favorite episodes, and both seasons of the show. So all 130 episodes are available. I will be getting those at some point. So this, of course, is the episode guide, and once again, standard configuration where you have. There's actually quite a lot of audio commentaries on this too, which is pretty cool. So standard configuration where you have your summary and then trivia. The little bullet point things there are trivia information, which is pretty cool. So it gives you the breakdown of each disc and pretty detailed information about everything there, which is very cool. And then breakdown of the special features, of course. So very good. And then this is really cool. They come with art cards. Look at this. Yeah, pretty badass art cards. So this is Ben Temple-Smith, who some of you may know if you've ever read 30 Days of Night, and of course the more recent Dead Space comics. He's done a lot of good stuff. And then this is Dustin Nguyen, who did some artwork for, just reading the back here, he did some artwork for Wildcats, The Authority, Batman, Superman, Batman, and his own series called Manifest Eternity. So very cool takes on the characters. So it's a collection of 6 art cards. So they put 2 in each of the 3 volumes. And I don't think I've actually even seen the other volumes. So let's take a look, shall we? Just put this back. Yeah, this is a really nice collection. It's such a shame that they didn't finish it. So here, of course, is Volume 2. This one features Skeletor on the front. And once again, you can slide it off and see the beautiful backgrounds. So I mentioned before, people say, what's the point of putting cartoons in high definition? Like, well, that's the reason. The beautiful painted backgrounds, come on, those would look great. You may not get, for the characters and such, you'd basically get slightly crisper lines and whatnot for the characters and whatnot, but you really want it for the backgrounds. So here, again, we have some more artwork. There's, of course, Skeletor's cat and some of his minions, and I think I have the book. Yeah, I have the book in the middle here, so we'll just move that aside. So then we got more artwork on the discs. Yeah, really nice package overall. I love the fact that they put nice colorful artwork on the discs and artwork on the backs and big gatefold cover with artwork all over it. So it's really, they really just give you a full package that really makes you feel like you got something. So one of the things they got in here is there's some collector's editions of the Masters of the Universe characters, like action figures coming out. So this is King Grayskull, who, if I remember correctly, was basically the guy who originally lived in Castle Grayskull. And apparently this is the first time that there's ever been an action figure of him. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. And then once again we have the standard booklet, episode guide with trivia information, breakdown of each episode, pictures from each episode. It's kind of nice they actually give you 3 pictures from each episode. Most of the sets only give you 1. But this was one of the last sets that BCI produced. I'm glad that they were able to get the last volume out before they before they were shut down. It would have been a shame to have this series incomplete, especially given what a nice job they did of it. And then we have 2 more art cards, which, yes. Okay, so we have number 3, which is artwork by Joshua Middleton. And he did concept art and storyboarding for Serenity, the Firefly movie. Very cool. And he's done some other stuff, Meridian, First Thunder, Superman, and Captain Marvel, or First Thunder, which was the first meeting between Superman and Captain Marvel. Very cool. So he's done a lot of superhero type stuff. And then we have one by Sean Galloway, which is sort of a little more stylized kind of take on the characters. And he's done stuff for Spectacular Spider-Man, Venom, Teen Titans, Hero at Large, Fat Boy and Harvey. He also did storyboards for Sony's God of War video game. Very cool. So that's the art cards for this volume. So very nice, very nice. So they really have consistency between the... See, already we're up to 10 minutes, and I said it was going to be a short one, but silly me, I just got to not say that because I always put my foot in my mouth. So then finally, let's put that back on there. There we go. Volume 2, very nice. And then finally we have Volume 3, which is where the Snake Men came into the picture and started raising heck. So we've got another nice picture of Grayskull there, and then another background on the back. So let's open her up. And I'm just going to move the book again because it's inside. And we'll move the art cards over here. Okay, so let's just actually spin the discs around so they're a little more straight this time. Not that it really matters to you that much, but you know. Okay, so here we go. So inside we have more artwork, and of course there's more artwork underneath. There's characters and backgrounds and stuff underneath the discs, which is quite cool. So that's very nice. And then again, taking a look in the book, we have more episode synopses and stuff like that. Very cool. And if I remember correctly, yes, one cool bonus that's on here is they have the unproduced 40th episode, which I gather would have been a pretty important episode. But I guess they wrote it, but just never got around to making it because they were canceled. They adapted it as a digital comic book, so you can actually read the 40th episode as a digital comic book on this, which is pretty cool. So that's a nice bonus feature. And then we have the last two of the art cards, which I actually have not seen yet. Ooh, very nice. So here we have one by Jason Sean Alexander. Very badass look at Trapjaw and Beastman. That's really nice. So he did, for comics, he did Empty Zone, which is one of his own. Did some stuff for Queen and Country and Gotham Central and Damnation, The Secret, The Escapists, and also Abe Sapien, The Drowning, which he did with Mike Mignola of Hellboy fame. So very cool, very nice artwork. And then finally we have one by Chris Bacallo, who has done a lot of stuff. He did artwork for Sandman, which is one of my all-time favorite comic books ever. Shade, Death, The High Cost of Living, another really good comics, Sandman spin-off. Batman, Incredible Hulk, Uncanny X-Men, Captain America, Generation X, The Witching Hour, which he did with Heroes producer Jeff Loeb, Steampunk with Ben 10 creator Joe Kelly, and all kinds of stuff. And currently he's an illustrator for The Amazing Spider-Man. So very nice, very nice. Yeah, I love the fact that they got like all these notable comic book artists to do these art cards. It really gives it some cred, yo. So there you go. So in a nutshell, oh, and actually there was also another ad in here for some more of the limited edition Masters of the Universe Classic action figures. So this one you got He-Man, King Grayskull again, and Beastman. So collect a new figure every other month. So this is probably still going, actually, because I don't think it was that long ago that Volume 3 came out. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool indeed. So we're just going to put this back in the case. Alrighty. And this is how it would look on your shelf. Very nice, uniform. And there you go. So that's Masters of the Universe, the 2002 to 2003 series. All 39 episodes collected together nicely in 3 slick, well-produced volumes, loaded with extras, and sure to please any fan of the show. And I'm sure we'll grab a few new fans as well, myself included, because of course I didn't even see it when it was originally on. Some friends of mine had seen it and they said it was really good, and I wanted to see it, but just couldn't find it. Like, even as downloads, it just wasn't available. Nobody had it for some reason, yet it was critically acclaimed. So I was really happy when they put out the DVD set so I can finally check it out. And haven't regretted it for a second. Alrighty, so that's it for this update. There goes Annetta. Hi, Annetta.
Hi.
We're doing some early spring cleaning today. Actually, my mother's coming into town this week, so we want to get the place all nice and tidy for her visit. So we're doing that. Well, I'm doing this at the moment, but I'll be doing cleaning after this. And yeah, so see you next time. Yes, there's more. See you next time for part 4 of the DVD updates. And then I think that's it for the DVDs. And then part 5 will be some new video games I got. So we'll talk about those a little bit. All right, so see you next time, folks. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Yeah, so I said that was going to be a short episode, and it was like 15 minutes, which is the longest of all the updates so far.